the Phoenix Suns. As I pull up my notes that I never have ready, I have them being the second seed in the West, going 54-28 in the year, one game below the Bucks. And you know, I think this team's gonna be just about as good as they were last year, because this team, they showed everybody, they proved a lot of people wrong. Let me start with the starting lineup. They got Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder, and DeAndre Ayton. Ending the 2021 season, they proved a lot of people wrong. Coming into the season, people didn't think this team was going to be great. People thought that Chris Paul wasn't enough to bring this team to make this team that good. He thought that it would just be a place for Chris Paul to end his career. People didn't think they would be this good. But then, boom, they're the second seed. Boom, they beat LeBron. Boom, they beat the MVP. Boom, they made it to the finals. And then they're up 2-0. And then all of a sudden, Giannis and the Bucks come back from being down 2-0 and win the championship. They were this close. You can't see my hands, but they're really close to my fingers are really close together. They were this close to winning a ring. But Chris Paul choked, Devin Booker choked, and it wasn't enough to beat Giannis, because Giannis went off. We did see the emergence of DeAndre Ayton in the playoffs, and a lot of people overreacting and saying Ayton's a top 5 center. First of all, my top 5 centers, if you were wondering: Embiid, this is off the top of my head, by the way. Embiid, Jokic, Cat, probably Bam, and Rudy. Embiid, Jokic, Cat, Bam, Rudy. Yeah, that's probably my top 5 centers in the league right now. Because who else would be there? Yeah, those are the guys. Because there's not really anybody. DeAndre Ayton has a case, but he's not good enough to be there. And there's not really anybody else who I see coming close to that. So, yeah, those would be my top 5 centers right now. Ayton is a top 10 center in the league, just not top 5 yet. Eventually he will be one, because Rudy's gonna get worse eventually. He's the oldest out of the guys in that list I just mentioned, I think. Yeah, he's the oldest. Technically tied oldest with like Jokic and Embiid, but Jokic and Embiid are gonna be good for the future. Rudy, I don't know about that. So eventually Rudy's gonna fall and Ayton's gonna come in. So pause. Yeah, Ayton. We're gonna see the emergence of DeAndre Ayton over the next few years, and we're gonna see the downfall of Chris Paul. Chris Paul might end his career without a championship. This was probably his best chance to win a ring, considering he literally faced 3 teams with injured stars and was up 2-0 in the finals, but somehow he still fumbled it. Because Lakers, AD had injury problems, and LeBron had an injury problem. The Nuggets, Jamal Murray was out, and the Clippers, Kawhi was out. And now you face the Bucks. Giannis just came back from injury. You're up 2-0, and you've messed it all up. I keep on bringing up the fact that they were up 2-0 and they choked it, but that was actually really significant, because that led to the Bucks winning a championship and the Suns losing, with Chris Paul probably losing his final chance to win a ring. He does still have a chance if like more injuries happen, like let's say Westbrook or LeBron got injured this year, and then maybe KD, Kyrie or Harden got injured, maybe Kyrie couldn't play because he didn't get vaccinated, or all that stuff could come into play when it comes to this whole to the Suns winning. So, because the Suns are still contenders. It's just, they're kind of like this in the same tier as the Bucks, where they're contenders still. Is just, there's two teams up there that is pretty hard, that are pretty hard to beat just by looking at them. So the Suns are still up there. It's just, those two are just ridiculous, you know? So yeah, Devin Booker becoming a star, really. I do want Chris Paul really to win a ring, but I think his time's up. He lost his chance. He doesn't really need a ring to solidify his career at this point, because he made the finals, and in my opinion, that would be good enough for me. Yeah, that would be good enough for me. For a guy like Chris Paul, who's won a lot in his, well, not really won a lot, but he's done a lot in his career, led the league in assists and steals multiple times, made many All-Star games, many All-NBA teams. As long as people don't forget about Chris Paul and the impact he had in the league, then I'll be fine. I think that Clippers fans, Pelicans fans, Rockets fans, Thunder fans, and Suns fans will also be fine. So, I think that's where I'm going to end it off. Yeah, there's not really much else I have to talk about. I mean, Mikal Bridges got a huge contract just now, 4-year, $90 million, and in today's NBA, that isn't that big of a contract. That's like a normal contract nowadays. But if you think about it, for 4 years, $90 million, that's literally about 20 plus million a year, and that is actually a lot of money. So, congrats to Mikal. Yeah, congrats to him. He got the bag, he secured it, and now he just needs to play good enough to prove that he earned that money, you know? So yeah, that'll be it for this episode. This video. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, share, comment on tips, tricks, or topics you haven't talked about on this channel. That'll be it for me today. I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.